waking up and coming onto the mat, and if you like, placing a blanket down just to protect your knees. And once you're on your mat, if you're using a blanket, once your knees are on the blanket, on your hands and knees there, keep with your Ujjayi breath and start to rock forwards and backwards. Perhaps as you're breathing in and out with your Ujjayi breath, feeling like the ocean arriving on the shore and then retreating from the shore. Sensing into your density. Your force. Your fluidity, your mass. And as you're moving here, again, an invitation is to let images come to you. Whether you've seen it on a documentary, you've seen it in real life. I know some of you have been by the sea recently, and just see in your mind's eye and then feel in your body as you see this image, water going against the shore and retreating. And then feel how dense you are, how fluid. That in some small way you're also exerting a gravitational force on everything that is around you. And when you feel ready, start to lift your sit bones, chest and head as you wave back. And then begin to round as you start to wave forward. Feeling the movement of your spine. The movement of your pelvis, the parts that make up your pelvis. All the while, Ujjayi breath providing the soundtrack. The next time that you arrive in the middle, let your knees go a little bit closer together. Lift your feet off the floor and swing your feet to the left and slide back. Moving forward, lift your feet, swing your feet to the right, slide back. Keep going here. And whenever you feel sensation, this is an invitation to be in this moment. And then you make the choice. Do I stay in this moment? Or do I slip into my thinking? And sometimes it requires effort to stay in the moment. It doesn't just happen. There is a tending to, a care for the moment, for the here and now. And like with anything that we care for, it takes effort. When you next arrive in the middle, take your feet down, slide back into child's pose. In child's pose, feel your breath traveling through your spine. And perhaps you could ask yourself the question, how do I know that I'm breathing? And then just feel what the response is. One more breath. When you're ready, come onto all fours. And just look to your hands and check in with your hands there. Can your hands turn slightly out just to reflect the structure of your shoulder joints? And when you're ready, come into downward facing dog. Feel into whatever you need to do in downward facing dog to arrive. And can you keep your Ujjayi breath going? Feel into the base of your skull. Can the base of your skull spread? Take one more breath here. And then begin to walk your feet behind your hands. And come down into your easy squat. Bring your chin in. Take one more breath here. And then lengthen through the backs of your legs and slowly roll up to stand. So once you're standing, let's do Ujjayi breath and extending the breath here with the movement of arms. So as you inhale, we're going to breathe in, see if it's possible, for a count of 4 to 5. And then as we breathe out, let's do a count of 7 to 8. So when you're ready, inhale. Exhale, push the air down. And again, inhale. Exhale. One more like this. Inhale. Exhale. Now just let your breath be as long or as short as you like, but Ujjayi breath. Inhale, lift with your arms. Lift both heels. Now as you exhale, take your feet down, interlace your fingers. Come into a half squat. Now from here, take an inhale. As you exhale, push your hands down. Inhale, lift your heels. As you lift here, feel, do you rock into the back of your body or the front? Can you be in the middle? As you exhale, a little bit different than before, push your hands down, arrive to stand. Inhale into your squat, send your knees forward. Breathe into your pelvic floor. Exhale, push to stand. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, push the air down, take your heels down. Wonderful. As you breathe in, come into your squat. Knees forward first. Exhale, push to stand. We'll slightly change it now. Inhale, lift up. As you breathe out to stand, come onto the ball of your left foot, so your left knee is bending. Left hand to right shoulder, right hand to lower back. Now as you inhale, lift your chest. Bend your right knee. Exhale, hinge forward from your hips. Inhale, coming on up. Exhale to stand. Inhale, lift up. Exhale to stand. Switch sides. Bend your knee. Lift your chest as you breathe in. And breathing out with your left knee bending also, bow forward. Inhale, come on up. Exhale to stand. We're going to add on to this. Lift your heels, lift your arms. Exhale, let's make this a bit more dynamic. Come onto the ball of your foot with your arm, left hand, right shoulder. Now inhale, keep your right knee bending. Start to reach forward. Breathe into your pelvic floor. Exhale to stand. And again, bend into your right knee, inhaling. Exhale to stand. Now this time, keep your right leg straight. Inhale. And to stand. Two more like this. Can you keep your chest lifted when you bow forward? Inhaling. And to stand. If this feels good as you are, stay like this. If you'd like more of a challenge, take your left foot on top of your right. Inhale, bow forward. Now let's take 3 breaths, bowing forward. Keep support in your belly here. Wonderful. Inhale, come on up. Exhale, push your hands down to stand. Feel how this is in the back of your legs. Start to bow forward. and release down. Does your left, right leg feel different to one another? Bend your knees, roll up to stand. When you're ready, lift both heels, pick up the air. Can you stay between front and back of body? Exhale, push down your hands, switch sides. So you're in the ball of your right foot. Bend your left knee to begin with. Inhale, start to hinge from your hips. Exhale. Hinge from your hips, that's it. Keep support in your belly here. And up to stand. Keep with your Ujjayi breath. If you wish, keep your left leg straight now. Great. Hinging forward. Collarbones spreading as you move forward. 2 more. For the last one, you can keep like this or take your right foot on top of your left. Hinge from your hips, keep support in your belly. And then let's pause here, taking 3 more breaths. When you're ready, come on up. Push your hands down. Take your hands upwards. Lift your heels. As you breathe out, push your hands down. Melt down. Bow forward. Lengthen your legs if you wish. Breathe into the back of your lungs, the lower lobes, the middle part, and the upper lobes of your lungs. Let both knees bend and roll up to stand. Let's move into a flow. Lift with both arms. As you breathe out, release down. Spread for your collarbones to look forward. Step your right foot back. Begin to pulse through your right heel. Bringing down your right knee on your fingertips. Look forward. Have peripheral vision here. And then when you're ready, slide your sit bones back. Wiggle your left foot forward to lengthen your leg. Bow. Crawl forward to bend your left knee. Spiral to your left there. Bring in your left hand to your shoulder. And then breathing out and down. Spiral again. And back down. If you wish, lift your right knee. Spiral to your left. If you like, lift your left arm. And then take your left arm overhead to the inside of your left foot. Bring down your right knee. Look forward. Let's take 2 more breaths here. And when you're ready, step back into downward facing dog. Walk your feet a tiny bit further back and then bring down your knees. Slide back into child's pose with your toes tucking under. Now from here, start to slide your nose along the mat. At some point, your elbows will lift. Keep sliding forward and come into this half upward dog, half low cobra. Now, as you've been studying with me or having sessions with me for so many years, you would have heard me say in this half upward dog, half low cobra, to keep awareness in your belly. Super important there, to keep awareness in lower belly. This is intentional. It doesn't just switch on. A lot of the time we have to intentionally just up the ante. And then when you're ready, come onto all fours, step back into downward facing dog. From your downward facing dog, lift your left leg and start to take your left knee towards your right elbow. You can move forward here towards your left. Bend your right knee to slide your left knee behind your right knee and back up again. Yeah. And so we bend right knee to slide left knee towards right arm to left arm behind right knee and up again. One more time. You can do this with your right knee on the mat if you prefer. And then when you're ready, take your left foot in between your hands. Take down your right knee. Come on up. No need to tuck your bum under. No need to stick your bum out. Just have a natural position here. And as you inhale, lift with both arms. If you like, look upwards. And then breathing out, bow forward. Step your right foot next to your left. Come down into your easy squat. Lengthen through the backs of your legs. And then let your knees soften as you roll up to stand. Lift with both arms. Look upwards. And then with your Ujjayi breath out, melt forward. When you're ready, step your left foot back. Start to pulse through your left heel there. Feeling that with the pulsing through your left heel, there is a connection to the crown of your head. What's the crown of your head doing when you push back through your left heel? Take down your left knee. On your fingertips, look forward, spread through your collarbones. And when you're ready, wiggle your right foot further forward, lengthen through the back of your right leg and bow. Begin to crawl forward to bend your right knee and spiral to your right. Take your right hand to your right shoulder. Feel into your right shoulder there. Touch your shoulder. And spiral down. Spiral to your right. And back down. If you like, come onto the palm of your left hand as you spiral. Lift your left knee. Lift with your right arm. Take one more breath here. And when you're ready, take your right hand to the inside of your right foot. Left knee moves down. Smile through your collarbones. Let there be freedom in the back of your neck. One more breath here. And then step back into downward facing dog. Bring down. Oh, maybe try walking your feet just a little bit further back. And then take down your knees. With your toes tucking under, slide back. Now elbows resting on the floor. Start to slide your nose along the mat. At some point your elbows will naturally lift. And you arrive with your knees down in your half upward dog, half low cobra. Take one more breath. Push back into downward facing dog. See how it'd be in the next 3 breaths just to find stillness in downward facing dog. No adjusting, no wiggling, simply letting your breath make any adjustments. Lift your right leg upwards. Remember, you can do this with your left knee on the mat. Bend your left knee. And then take your right knee towards your left elbow. Circle to your right, behind your left knee, and up. Bend. So you're making this figure 8. And back. Once more. And back. Taking your right foot in between your hands. Take down your left knee and come on up. Feel that you're picking up the air as you look upwards. And then melt forward. Step your left foot next to your right and come into an easy squat or into a full squat, whatever suits you. 2 more breaths here. And then push down through your feet and rolling up to stand. Lift with your arms. Let your palms unite. And exhale into Samastitihi. At this point, remind yourself of your intention. Let's do this flow one more time. When you're ready, lift with your arms. And then melt forward. Step your right foot back. Begin to pulse. Bringing down your right knee. Spread through your collarbones. Smile through your collarbones. And then push your sit bones back. Wiggle your left foot forward and bow. Take 2 more breaths here. Begin to walk forward, to bend your left knee. When you're ready, spiral to your left. And then spiraling down. Feel how receptive your rib basket is as you spiral. And next time you spiral, lift your right knee if you want. Let your left arm lift. Is your Ujjayi breath continuing to provide the soundtrack for your practice? Is your practice continuing to provide the support for your intention? Is your intention alive in your practice? Take your left arm overhead to bring down your right knee. Left hand to inside of your left foot. Come onto your fingertips or stay on the palms of your hands. Take a few moments here. And when you're ready, step back into downward facing dog. Walking your feet a little bit further back to bring down your knees. Toes tucking under, slide back into child's pose. Let your nose crawl, slide along the mat. Eventually your elbows lift, support your back with your abdominal muscles, with your intention. And when you're ready, step back into downward facing dog. Now, an image I have, maybe it works for you, maybe it doesn't. If not, come up with your own image. Is that when I lift my leg and I take my right leg towards my left arm, I feel a bit like a seagull swooping. Maybe this works for you. So lifting your right leg, either left knee on the floor or you can bend your left knee. Now with your right knee, let your right knee swoop down towards your left elbow, towards your right, and then glides back and up. So you can swoop down and around and back. Let's do this 2 more times, swooping and back. In the swoop, there is a curiosity. What's left elbow like? What's right elbow like? What's the back of left knee like? And back. And then when you're ready, take your right foot down and we're going to do the left side. So lift your left leg. And when you're ready, let's swoop to right elbow, to left and back. Swooping, and with this curiosity, there comes a playfulness. It's quite hard to be serious when we're swooping and being curious. One more time. And then when you're ready, take your left foot in between your hands, bring down your right knee, and come on up. Just roll through your wrist there. And then interlace your fingers behind your back. And with your sit bones, remember, it's not about sticking out, it's not about really tucking under. Just find a happy place between. Spread your collarbones, look upwards. And then release your hands, bow forward. Step your right foot next to your left, come into a squat of your choice. Let your wrists be free. One more breath here. And then lengthen through the backs of your legs, rolling up. Lift with both arms. And breathing out, melt forward. Step your left foot back, begin to pulse. Ujjayi breath continuing. Bringing down your left knee. On your fingertips, look forward. And then slide your sit bones back. Wiggle your right foot slightly forward to lengthen and bow. 3 more breaths here. Start to crawl forward, bending your right knee. Spiral to your right. And then spiraling down. Spiraling and down. The next time, feel free to lift your left knee. Lift your right arm if you want. Let's take some more breaths here. How would it be to feel that your head is in line with your left heel? The crown of your head in line with your left heel. Taking your right hand to the inside of your right foot. Take down your left knee, look forward. Feel free to be on your fists here if you want to give your wrists a bit of a break. And then let's step back into downward facing dog. Walking your feet a little bit back to bring down your knees with your toes tucking under. Slide into your child's pose. Begin to slide your nose along the mat. Elbows lift when they're ready to. And into your spinal extension. Check in with your elbows. They don't need to be locked here. And then step back into downward facing dog. Now, before we go into the 3-legged dog variation, bring down your knees. Take down your forearms, interlace your fingers. And feel that there is a connection between your ribs, between your pubis, so between your sternum to be more precise, and your pubis. There is a magnetism. And then when you're ready, you can keep your knees down if you prefer, or lift your knees. Notice if you start to tense in your neck, or even in the tops of your shoulders. Feel that your power is coming from the sides of your ribs, as well as the connection between your sternum and your pubis. Take one more breath here. And then bring down your knees, back onto all fours, into downward facing dog. Lift with your left leg. With this playfulness, swoop your left knee towards right elbow, towards left, behind right knee, and back. And swoop. And back. One more time. And back. Let's switch sides. Lift your right leg. And swoop towards your left elbow. Your right and back. One more time. And then lift your right leg, take your right foot in between your hands, take down your left knee. Come on up, just give your wrists a bit of a circle there. And then interlace your fingers behind your back. The other way now, the other way of clasping, palms still facing one another. Spread through your collarbones, look upwards. And one more breath. And then release, melt forward. Step into your squat, however this is. Let your wrists be long. One more breath here. And then lengthen through the back of your body, rolling up to stand. As you lift your arms, remind yourself of your intention. Palms unite. And exhale into Samastitihi. So let's turn to face long edge of mat. But rather than having feet wide apart, let's first of all start with just feet hip distance apart. Let your knees soften. And imagine underneath you on the mat is an infinity symbol, a figure 8 on its side. And your pelvis now, your perineum, is right above the middle part of the infinity symbol, the place that's between the two loops. And then let's start to circle towards the left loop and around, back to the center, circle to the right loop and back. So you're just circling around your infinity symbol. Yeah. Now, as you're circling here, just feel into the movement from your pelvis, traveling upwards into your brain. And that's the thing, is that with sensation, it's always traveling upwards. It's always moving up, up, up towards the brain. So if we can stay in the home of the sensation, it's not that we're bypassing the brain in any way, but there's just more of a wholeness to our awareness. Mm-hmm. And then let your arms move however they wish to move. Maybe an invitation I can give you here is to feel that your elbows lead the way. But it's just an invitation. Maybe you have a better alternative, a more appropriate alternative for today. Yeah. And keep with your Ujjayi breath. And is there an image that comes to you? Maybe there isn't, maybe there is. But just hold in the possibility of an image coming to you as you're making your Ujjayi breath. And you're making this movement. And if an image has come to you, Be the image. Wonderful. Slowly arrive in the middle. Take your feet around about leg distance apart now. That's it. And then with your feet turning slightly out. So let's feel into the air that's around us, that it has a texture that we're just so familiar with that we don't really feel it that much unless we make big movements. Then we feel that we stir up the air. So let your knees bend, melt forward and touch the floor. Feel the earth. Feel the power of the earth, this collective life force. And then begin to draw the earth's force up through your legs until the force arrives in your belly. Hands on your belly. Knees bending here. Now from here, bring the backs of your hands together. Begin to draw the force upwards through your midline, through your axis. That's it. Up, up, up. Through your brain. And then turn your palms up, lengthen your legs, push upwards into the sky. When you're ready, begin to feel into the power of the sky and let the power just rain down upon you. Let your hands move down, bend your knees, soak up the power of the sky, and then place your hands on your heart. From here, this power of your heart, push outwards, send around, all around you. Wrap your arms around. And then return to the earth. Hands to the earth. Begin to draw the force of the earth upwards. Feel that your hands are like suction cups, drawing, drawing, drawing upwards. And arriving in your belly. Backs of the hands face one another, touching. Begin to draw this force upwards through your axis. Up, 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 up. Out through the crown of your head. Then push your palms upwards towards the sky. Lengthen with your legs. And then the vastness of the sky, of space, begin to draw the power down. Let it rain down upon you. And into your heart, where your hands rest. From here, start to send the power out. The power of your heart out, 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 and around. Wrap around. And then return to the earth. One more time. The force of the earth moving upwards. Your connection to earth in your belly. Backs of hands together. Draw this upwards, upwards through your axis. And then let your palms turn up. out and up into the sky. Feeling into the vastness of the cosmos, the power begin to move down. And arriving in your heart. Really, it's like the wonder just arriving in your heart. And then with this heart of wonder, release to all sentient beings wrapping around. And then return to the earth. Let your feet go into parallel. Your hands rest. Heavy, head is heavy. And just simply be with what is now, no interpretation. Take one more breath. And then when you're ready, walk your hands to, I'm not going to mirror you here, towards your left foot. Walk your hands forward and begin to lift your right leg, connected to the earth. And as your right hip lifts, you can keep your right hand on the floor or begin to lift with your right arm, connected to the sky. Ujjayi breath continuing to provide the soundtrack, the inner ground. Take down your right foot, take down your hand, begin to walk over to your right. Walk your right hand forward, walk both hands forward. Lift your left leg. Turn your left hip up. Feel free to keep your left hand down. Your left leg is still reaching towards the sky. And anyway, this is more about intentionality. And begin, if you wish, to lift your left arm and sense that you're rooted and you're lifted. Bringing down your left hand, if it's lifted, take down your left foot next to your right. Soften your knees, roll up to stand. The last time, lift your arms, remind yourself of your intention. Let your palms unite, and as you lower your arms, is this action, the way you're doing it, supporting your intention? When you're ready, soften forward into downward facing dog. Bring down both knees. Walk your feet a little bit further back, toes tucking under, and into child's pose. Begin to slide your nose forward. When you're ready, come into your back bend. Just as your Ujjayi breath is supporting your life force, Feel how your deep abdominals are also supporting your life force. And then from here, come into child's pose, however child's pose suits you today. When you're ready, slowly coming on up. And feel free to grab hold of what you need for Shavasana as we'll go into this from the following movement that we'll do. So lying on your back and having your feet pretty close together. You can take your arms behind. Begin to wiggle your feet to the left. And with your spine, reach with your arms to the left and then just hold on to your right wrist. So you have this very subtle C shape. And let your head just be however you wish to be. And at this point, your Ujjayi breath is probably becoming more mild. And if at some point it drifts off and your breath moves into something else, let this happen. And then with ease, just walk your feet back and then wiggle to the right. Take your arms to the right. And then just find a place to rest here. And if you find that holding onto your left wrist is not allowing you to rest, then let go. And in your own time, move back to your midline, your natural alignment, and begin to move into Shavasana. Let go of your Ujjayi breath, thank yourself and let go. If the waves of your Ujjayi breath gave the sound, feel that in letting go of the sound, you go beneath the waves, feeling like a whale resting in the ocean, giving your weight over to the ocean.
And then start to sense that you're beginning to float up to the surface. Feeling the gentle fluctuation of your breath. And start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. And in your own time, roll onto one side. And if you wish, keep your eyes closed as you come up to sitting. Let your hands rest on your thighs. And take these next few moments to sense into how it is to sit here now compared to the start of the session. And if you've uncovered any benefits from the practice today, sharing these benefits with a fellow sentient being. Bringing your palms together. And for the last time, remind yourself of your intention. And sealing the practice with an Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Namaste.